Hi, everybody. Welcome. Namaste. Hello, I'm Sadhana. I'm here doing live readings today, and it's my pleasure to have you here and join me on these readings as we enter into Gemini season. We have entered already. I see Tamian is here. Welcome. Yeah, I haven't seen you in ages in a live stream, so it's lovely to have you here. And as you are all strolling in, please take some time to think about choice. And I will talk a little bit about the energy of choice and its why it is such an important concept in terms of Gemini season and the corresponding Lovers card. And this is, I've just came off the Thoth video, and it's really not an easy card to interpret or to understand. And so we have this concept. We also have the insatiable curiosity that is one of the qualities of Geminis, however you carry that in your chart. The thirst for knowledge. There's something about that is really quite endearing to Geminis, and I think it's through the oh my goodness, there's just so many confounding energies that make this immensely uncomfortable for me. And I wonder if it's also to my response in general to air signs. Air signs, I want to say, and the corresponding cards are the most difficult as far as interpretation goes. So we'll see what shows up in the readings today. Always, I try to pair my intention with the deck, and I just went and grabbed one of the Alice decks because I think if there was ever a child with insatiable curiosity and a book that had an abundance of layers and cleverness, so I think this fits in really nicely here, and it'll be kind of fun to look at that. Oh, it's great. Some old faces are strolling on in. I see Pia is here and Leafy. Hello to all of you. Welcome Donna and Colleen, Clevis. There we go. The echo should be better now. Hi Aisha, welcome. Okay, I want to read below because I feel like I'm a little scattered right now. So let me just turn to that. I didn't write very much today. Inspired by, where the star is just down below. Inspired by synchronicities, or perhaps potentials of the fixed grand across, and Gemini themes arising through the corresponding tarot cards. There should be a comma there. Is it time to commit to a decision for better or for worse? Or would it be better to take some time on your own to explore a bit of a solo journey or a journey into self? This powerful cross, fixed grand cross, is one that, depending on where the planets are in your chart, so this is all right at 0 degree points, will affect each and every one of you differently, but there really is an opportunity to rise above and say yes to the next big adventure. like a serious course correction, to be open to winding up where you are right now and putting on your little helicopter beanie and flying off in the next direction. I said here, hop on your winged steed and rise up. Examine the landscape and then go. So what I am picturing here could be a winged steed, could be a magic carpet, could be a broom, could be a jet plane. I'm not sure what you could be on the, and I was thinking of all these Harry Potter scenes where he's up on his broom, or maybe he's on the hippogriff, but there's something that is learned from rising above. And then I'm thinking of the different knight and king court cards where the kings or the knights are way up on the mountaintops so that they can see and they can discern before they pick up their sword and they make that decision, that commitment to, for better or worse, go forward with the next step. So what I want to explore today is to help you with committing to a decision. It feels important that we don't sit back here at this point. Also, the moon is waxing, so this is a great time, I think, if nothing else. Yes, Lenormand Tower energy for sure. If nothing else, to take the first, enter into the first part of that. I feel like you already feel it in your bones. We already feel it in our bones, but in order to see it more clearly, we need to climb up, right? We need to rise. So perhaps this is also well, that's why I put the crop circle picture in the thumbnail, right? Now, let's just talk for a second about the Lover's card and where that fits in here. Because it's very significant. When we enter into Gemini season, this is a season of pairs. It's a season of duality. It's a season of seeing through the other, knowing through the other, and journeying with others so we can see or know better. Now, sometimes I want to say that will be a solo journey into the relationship of one's divine masculinity and femininity. It certainly can be a journey into self, but it may very well be with another. So I think part of this question is, do I need some space on my own? Or do I need, would it be better to do this hand in hand with another? And perhaps, here's another one, is the most confronting relationship in my life right now guiding me down the right path? Right? And perhaps that's part of this energy for some of you as well too, is making that decision in a relationship that's troubling you. Okay, so let's do a reading for the collective. I feel like doing a 3-card for the collective, and then we'll go on and do some single card draws for you. Okay. Let's get some clarity on this very powerful, quite discombobulating energy that is in the stars right now. And may these cards weave together a story that will inspire the rest of the readings for today. And I chose to use the Baba Studios Alice deck. It feels very small. I haven't used this deck in a long time. It doesn't even feel like I have 78 cards here. Okay. Let us go like this. And tap there. All right, so we are through the looking glass. We are through the looking glass. So I'm gonna do my best, and I don't remember exactly where all these cards are. You know, I do know this deck pretty well. And if you're not familiar with the Alice stories, there is the book where Alice goes down the rabbit hole into Wonderland. And there is another story where Alice goes through a mirror into another adventure. And this is the second story. Okay, so and she's sitting here with the two queens, getting some advice on her adventure. And there's some interesting dynamics here at play. I feel, and I'm not really reading this as a Three of Cups, I feel like there's some dynamics with the maiden-crone relationship. The maiden-crone relationship. That is interesting. Okay. Let's pull a couple other cards. Okay, and there is the Queen of Wands on her own. How very interesting is that? Wouldn't be interesting if we got the Four of Wands. Okay. As you know, these are very bizarre stories. So we have fire on either side of water. We have fire on either side of a card of growth and potential. So if we look at this elementally, we also have numbers in sequence, which is really interesting. And there's something about the Queen of Wands energy that I would say this is definitely a time stepping into your fire. Moon is waxing in Cancer. How can you embrace the femininity of your inner fire through this next action and through this next step? You know, the Three of Cups and the Four of Swords are a bit of a party. Both of these cards are a bit of a party. There's a lot of people coming together in the combination of these two cards. And I'm also drawn to the combination of these two numbers. The 3 + 4 = 7. The 3 + 4 = 7 equals the Chariot. For the Queen of Wands wants to go forward. This is kind of cool. So I'm thinking 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands. Have the party, say goodbye, and go. You know, this is really making me think of, so here is a mirror for me that I can share with you. When I came back from Japan after living there for 3 years, this is a long time ago, like 1988 or something. And there was a welcome home party for me. And I was very disoriented. I was having culture shock coming back to Canada. I was great to see friends, but I was immensely uncomfortable. And these cards are making me think of, like, be polite, attend the party, and enjoy it. Enjoy it for what it is. And then it's okay to venture off on your own. There may be also some messages or wisdom that is gathered in that gathering. But I think ultimately this is your own adventure. And you know that and have known this for a long time. And for those of you that aren't alone in your adventure, this perhaps is saying to stay strong in that part of your individual that you are developing, because it is sorry, just read Dee's comment. It kind of threw me off. Stay strong in your will, your passion. There is a reason that that partner is there supporting you on the journey, and they have the choice to walk with you or not, right? There is always a choice. And so this is going to be a theme throughout Gemini season to stay or to go. And I think the hardest part is the question of, can we have both? Can we have both? I may have to change decks. I'm feeling even more. I thought this deck might help, but I'm feeling a little discombobulated here. Tamiana, I'm going to start with your reading, and we'll see how I'm feeling here. Okay. I'm hearing a rock song. Should I stay or should I go? What's that song? I can't even think what it is. That's lovely, Dee. Yes, we can. I'm fortunate to have both. Okay. This reading is for Tamian on the 23rd day of May, 2023. 23, 23, 5, 23, 23. There's a reason I chose this deck, so let's just stay with this for a little bit. The world, Tamian. The world. And this is so interesting because I think of the fixed grand cross. Oh, Pia, I love that. 5 May, 23, 5, 23, 5. Yes, we could look at it that way. And it'd be interesting to add it all up as 5, 23, 2023. I didn't even Didn't even think about that today. The world, Tamian, the fixed zodiacal energies that surround this card, that create a new stability, a new vision of the world to step forward. So this is I would say this is a should go, but this is so interesting. Okay, I'm going to clap my hands here. That story I was sharing with you, or perhaps inspired by those cards. When I think of this card, I think of the party, the retirement party, the party where we say goodbye and then we go on to the next journey. We walk through that portal and off we go. Now, it's funny. It's like she must be very so interesting. Did I say how Geminis are agile? And not one of my sons, I only have one son. He's a soccer player, a footballer. And I'm thinking of the lightness of foot and the agility of body as well too. And I'm looking at Alice on this ball, kind of dancing along on this ball. Like, it's no big deal. She can walk on this ball and move her hands around and kind of enjoy the journey. I feel like a playfulness to this, but this is really significant. If there is a card that represents the fixed grand cross and the potential for its energy, this is it. I would say this is the significator of where we are now. I also feel that the planet that ruled or the planet this card is associated with, corresponding with, is Saturn. And so you may feel the tension that is a perceived tension to going forward, a resistance, like a resistance to this. There's some limitations to this, and I feel like it's not iron. You can work with these boundaries. You can work with these edges. And it may just be a matter of will to ease them back. There may be a cord that needs to be cut to help you to go forward here. And Tamian, I think this is a really beautiful card to draw for this in response to this question. 8 of Wands. Yes, go forward. This is quite beautiful. I would say that there is no fear that we can take our memories with us. We may be going forward and leaving things behind, but we always have our memories and we can draw on them whenever we need. Okay. All right, Leafy. Leafy asks, may I have a reading on my journey of becoming a therapy guide? Okay. So in general, Leafy, this is a perfect time to venture off into a new career, something that is taking you in a, further on down your path. So intuitively, I'd say yes. Responding to what's going on astrologically, I would say yes. But let's get some more information. That's great, Aisha. Wow. 355 and 50%. This reading is for Leafy. Okay. Same card. When I think about this story, and I think about the transitions from one square on the chessboard to another, or moving around the chessboard, the transitions are a bit of a whirlwind. Here's another analogy. The sort of neophyte wizards in Harry Potter, when they first have that experience of, I forget what it's called, when they go from one location to another and they hold on to the arm of like when Harry holds on to Dumbledore's arm and he goes to another place. I forget what that's called, like when you just zap and you end up somewhere else, and you have that kind of creepy feeling like your whole body is, so this is kind of what I'm picking up on here, and I know that was described at the beginning of Outlander 2, when she transitioned through the stones and went from one time to another time. Can be very disorienting, very disapparating. Yes, disapparating and apparating. That's what I was looking for. So, Leafy, what I'm feeling here is it's a big yes, but there may be some discomfort about it. But I wouldn't be concerned about it being the right thing to do. The discomfort probably is something that you are needing to explore, and to be okay in that discomfort. And you are surrounded completely by the full wheel of the suit of water, from the ace to the king. And it feels like a full moon. It feels like an encircling of therapy itself, the journey of therapy. So yeah, I would trust in this process, and you have a lot to learn in this. So go in humbly, and be open to having your perspectives rocked. Everything that's kind of phrase like, let this undo you. Let it undo you, and to deconstruct beliefs so that you can really come into a new way of seeing the world and seeing your journey. Okay? Thanks, Leafy. You are very welcome, Tamian. All right. Hello, Dr. Prachi. Let's go to Aisha. Jennifer, hello to you. I'm not sure I said hello to you. All right, so Aisha says that she is feeling a little scattered, definitely having a course correction, and it came so sudden, and it keeps happening. Brick by brick since the Scorpio eclipse. And okay. All right, so I'm waiting for, so what is your question? I'm just trying to get clear on what your question is. I'm just gonna look over to both chats here and see if I can figure out what your question is. Okay. Okay, your question is where to next. Okay. Where to next? This reading is for Aisha on the 23rd day of May, 2023 at 1:03 p.m. Pacific. Okay. Love requires surrender, and surrender requires choice. Explore the potential of each choice. I've just been diving back into the guidebook for the Druidcraft Tarot and loving it so much. Okay, where to? Youthful energy, playful energy, youthful, playful energy. Just trying to get it to focus. A calling that you have had. Gosh, a calling that you know, a calling that is aligned with your sense of self. Something that a direction, something that you didn't say yes to earlier. And I'm drawn to the youthful energy, the vital energy that is on the Sun card. It's almost like the Page of Wands is calling in the energy of the sun. Wake up, Aisha, wake up. What's the direction of the sun? Sun rises in the east. The sun comes up in the east. Okay, so Aisha, what's to the east? Or, I already asked you a question earlier. I think that's a really good question. What did you say no to earlier on in life? Okay, so without a doubt, you are headed on a new adventure to the east, perhaps on a train that moves very quickly. Maybe you're going on a bullet train. any of this, is any of what I'm saying, are you picking up on anything that I'm laying down? So when I think of Reiki in terms of the sun and these other cards that are coming through, that is so interesting because, but just before you type that, I said bullet train, didn't I? I'm thinking of Japan. So here's what I would suggest. I would suggest sourcing out a Jikiden Reiki school. I'm just gonna, sorry, this is when I type on here, it's gonna bounce. And I don't know if you speak any Japanese, but these courses are offered both in Japanese and in English. And there is, it just really goes to the heart of Reiki. And there's something very special in the teachings of this school. So I don't know, I kind of think this is cool how these cards are pointing to something. Okay. Let me know. Okay, let me know if you have any other questions. You can always message me. Alrighty. Thanks, Donna. Okay. So I see Dr. Prachi coming in. Dr. Prachi says, what cards are these? This is the Bubba Studios Alice Tarot. All right, so I'm just looking for Dr. Prachi's question. I know you said it was above, so hopefully I will find it. Here we go. All right, shifting house next month, and how is the new house energy? This is a reading for Dr. Prachi. There's something about heart. I know this came up in the last reading. Heart of the house. Find the heart of the house. Set something up. Once you locate the heart of the house, put an altar there, or some sort of large stone, or the house wants its heart to be recognized. It's like if you find the heart of the house, everything will radiate out from there with more positivity, with more good energy. Wow, so this card is back, okay? And I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier, but this is such an auspicious card to have in the wake of the fixed Grand Cross, with, I want to say, the the joyful energy of going to this new place and knowing that it is a natural awakening and a natural energy to open up for you and your family or your roommates who you are moving with. Moving to this new house. I'm feeling this so strongly in my heart. It's like my chest wants to burst open. So know that this is, I want to honor the emotional energy that is bursting from my chest, but looking at this as an exciting part of your adventure, I think is a lovely way to perceive this. I'm looking at the rainbows. So you've got we've had this card again already today. But there's something about a sense of celebration and hope and honoring. You know, and this also to me feels like once you get there, there will be a lot of choices to make. There will be, or perhaps where you are, oh, no, this isn't about, so right, this is now, here, now, right now. For some reason, the house wants its own heart. It wants its, the house doesn't want all the stuff, all the memories from the present place. You don't need to take everything with you. There are some emotional ties in your present location that want to be left behind. And so let this new experience be a new experience for yourself. That's what the message is. Okay? Thank you. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you for the super chat, Amanda. Okay, so let's go to Amanda. Thanks, Leafy. Last summer, this is just an aside here, Amanda, I'll come to you in a second. Last summer, I moved the heart of my house. Actually, and I moved it again. So I have a very, very large, enormous piece of rose quartz, obelisk, very heavy. And I found a really nice location, like physically in the center of the house, and it sat there. And when I smudged the house, I reminded this piece of rose quartz that it was the heart of the house, and I thanked it for being the heart of the house and letting it radiate love and compassion to all those that entered into this space. It's one of the things I love to do, is to talk to and put intention into crystals as I'm going around. And when I'm putting a lot of energy into clearing everything up and resetting the house, it's just so important. And last summer, I put the crystal outside, and it never wanted to go back in. And until very recently, it sat outside. And I just felt like it needed to stay there. And it stayed outside for, gosh, I don't know, a long time, like 8 months. And now it's in my Reiki room. Why am I sharing this with you? Maybe this has to do with sharing of energy or flexibility of energy, or I'm not sure. I'm just responding to what Aisha said there about Hestia and finding the heart of her house. Okay, let's go to Amanda. Amanda. To find fulfillment, purpose, meaning, enlightenment, wisdom, and our full worth as individuals, we need to go beyond the confines of the self to surrender to the more than self. When we fall in love and when we make love, if it is the real thing, then we open to something more than ourselves. True love opens us to the life and the being of our lover. But in so doing, it opens both of us to something more too. It opens us to the divine, which is why true love has such a spiritual power at its core. This is from the Druid Craft Tarot. Okay, so you have a jumper, my friend. It's a big basket. Big basket. What's in the basket? Oh, it's all those little hedgehogs that they used for the croquet game. It's such a funny story, isn't it? Okay. Let those little critters go free. Wow, I wonder if there's something to this. Let those little critters go free. They don't want to be the balls. They don't want to be the balls in the croquet game. Is there something that you are carrying unnecessarily or collecting unnecessarily? I'm wondering if there is a... I'm also mindful that this card has been asked to do this job. This is the job, the role of this card. The card in the picture, I mean. Do you even like this job? Why are you doing it? This card jumped out, so there's something about this that might feel significant, but I'm going to throat chakra. There's also something about voice, Amanda. I think it's time that you spoke up. Okay, so let's contrast this with one other card and see what we can gather here. All right, I don't think it's an accident that card jumped out. Earlier on, I was talking about rise above. Rise above. And sometimes rising above means walk away. Take the high road. And sometimes when we rise above and take the high road, we have to leave things behind. And this is in perfect alignment. Perfect alignment. Aren't these hedgehogs? I think those are hedgehogs. The hedgehogs for the game. I would say your bit, and then rise above. This card keeps coming back. This is the Four of Wands again. I feel like it's necessary to say goodbye. Like it's necessary to say goodbye. I feel very, so this is the other card that I just pulled. I feel like there's something like it's okay. It's okay to let go. It's okay to say goodbye. Aisha says, to me it seems that the spread is saying have fun in life and let go of what is holding you back. And there's some resistance to the letting go. I feel like there's a role, there's a, this is what I was supposed to do. I've paid good money for this training. This is what I promised everyone I would do. What's everybody going to think if I don't fulfill this and stay the course? There's a sense of obligation here that wants to be released or something like that. Yeah. Okay. That is for you, Miss Amanda. And, it's also like the idea of the Dharma doll as well. You know what a Dharma, here we go back to Japan again. A Dharma doll, those dolls that, they knock over and they go back up. So you will get back up. You will get back up. It'll be no problem going on. Yes, you might have a bruise or two, but you will go on. Yeah. Thanks, Donna. Okay. So let's just revisit these themes for a moment. We've had this very powerful energy that is setting up a major change in our lives through eclipse season and the fixed Grand Cross. And here we are today on this day as the moon is waxing. The moon is in the sign of Cancer. So there is an emotional component to these readings as well too. There is an importance of growing, and I'm feeling like for all of you, this vocal component is essential. The voice is essential to all of this. So allow yourself to speak from your heart. And know that the heart is the element of air. The heart has a voice. And that that air is the voice. And so what I was reading to you, the psychologist and author James Hillman says, to be in an authentic dilemma is a tremendous privilege. It may not feel like a privilege to you at the moment, but it is through engaging the dilemmas in your life that you may develop maturity and a depth of soul. That's beautiful. So ask questions. Ask questions. Yeah, enjoy your journey. Well, thank you all for hanging out with me here today, and thanks to Donna for being our beautiful mod. And if I didn't greet anybody who popped in, I apologize. It's lovely to have you here. Regular schedule for the rest of the week, and I'll see some of you tomorrow. Take good care. Namaste.